India flight from Poland carrying students evacuated from war-hit Ukrainian city of Sumy has now landed in New Delhi. Now remember, India had sent out 3 flights to Poland to bring back 600 students evacuated from Sumy, and 2 more special flights are scheduled to arrive today. So this is the last leg of mission evacuation. Air India flight that started from Poland which has rescued the students who were stranded in war-ravaged Sumy has now arrived in Delhi. That is the latest that we are picking. In fact, I have my colleague Shireen on ground at the airport, bringing us all the details. Shireen, as I said, last leg of the evacuation process from Ukraine continues. As we await 2 more flights, the good news is that one of them has landed from Poland.
Well, that is right. The last leg of the Operation Ganga, but also one of the most toughest Operation Ganga evacuation that we are seeing, because these students were stuck in Sumy for altogether about a week altogether. And we have seen those videos, the appeals that were made by these students, how they were in fact at the basement of their hostel, somewhere stuck in the bunkers, saying that they are in fact there is no food or water available with them, and there were in fact continuous appeals that were made by these students. So now a huge group of about 600 students have in fact been evacuated from Sumy amidst gunfiring, gunshots. It was a very difficult task to get them out of there. By road, they have in fact they reached about yesterday. They reached in Lviv. From there, they have reached Poland, and today morning in batches. Now there are going to be 3 flights. These students, about 600 of them, have been divided into 3 batches. The first batch has in fact arrived early in the morning at about 6 a.m. From Poland, and the batch of students are now going to be arriving here. The expected time of arrival has not been confirmed by the government of India at this point, but any time from now, about 1 to 2 hours is when the second flight is going to arrive, and the third flight, which is an aircraft, is going to arrive at Hindon Airport. So it is the most toughest evacuation process in the whole Operation Ganga that we have seen, because these students were stuck where there were in fact gunfiring, and there were in fact attacks that were happening, and these students of course were really scared, but the government of India was in fact very much made it possible to ensure that these students are evacuated safe and sound. And now one flight has already arrived that was carrying around 263 of these students who were stranded in Sumy, and the rest of the students are on their way to India.
Shireen, how many students in fact have arrived from this particular flight that you're talking about that landed? It's about 6. And have you managed to get in any reactions from the students who have come out, or are they still inside the airport?
Well, the first flight that in fact arrived in the national capital today was an Air India that was carrying around 263 of these students who were stuck in Sumy. Right now, part of these students have in fact been managed to come out, but because there's a long process, they have to in fact go through the process to come out. And you can see behind me, this is basically state-wise. There is this Chhattisgarh person from the government of Chhattisgarh who is in fact waiting to ensure that the students who are part of, who are in fact belong to Chhattisgarh, are safely and soundly gets evacuated, and from Delhi they travel safely to Chhattisgarh. Let me speak to ma'am. Did you arrive in the Air India flight today morning?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So you were part of that students who were coming from Sumy, right?
Yes.
How long did it take you to come out? Where are the rest of the students?
They're still coming. There were 3 flights. They're coming today.
All right.
Yeah.
So what was the experience? Because we have seen the videos where, of course, there were a lot of students who are appealing that they need to be evacuated as soon as possible.
Yes.
How was your experience? How difficult it was?
It was hard, but we are here. We are happy. It's fine.
Is there a message that you want to give? What really you went through?
No, thank you.
How many of you were there in the flight?
I don't know. I think more than 300 people were there.
Right.
Yeah. There are still 2 flights are coming. So we'll see. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So this person was in fact traveling in the Air India flight that was in fact has all these Sumy students, and most of them are out. The rest of them are on their way out of the airport to outside, and we will speak to them. But of course, most of them have been saying that how difficult it was for them to in fact board the train to Lviv and from there to Poland and then finally reaching India.
Absolutely, Shireen. It has been a long wait for all these students who were especially stuck in Sumy that Shireen has been getting to us. We are waiting for 2 more flights to arrive in New Delhi. However, this one flight has arrived at the moment, and more students are continuing to come out of the airport to finally meet with their family members. Thank you so much, Shireen, for all those details there.